Hi guys, Michelle with Resonant Essentials. And this here is Tom Burns. Say hi, Tom.
Good afternoon and hi, Tom.
I was waiting for that one.
I
You're
know.
the only one I can do that with. Tom's down here and he's got this great new book, Common Sense, I think, or should it be called Common Sense? He's written this great book and he's down here doing book signings, so we're going to talk to him a little bit. Tom, when did you start this book?
Yeah, actually, I've been working on it for 3 years, but it actually was published just 4 weeks ago. I'm very excited that it is on Amazon now. Kindle is handling it for me, but I have created and have my own website here.
Oh, wonderful. So tell me a little bit about what prompted you to write this book.
Over the years, I have noticed a lot of people in the business world do not like reading books. Now, being a country boy, I always liked pictures. So I designed, and I had help from other illustrators to take ideas of what common sense should be, and we actually did a lot of illustrations. I tell people you can have my book and never have to read it. All you have to do is look at it from the inside out. It is funny, it's humorous, and I know people will learn from it.
So tell me this. If I wanted to get your book, I could go, you said Amazon. How much is it on Amazon?
Well, Amazon wants $24.95, but on my website, which is very simple, it's commonsense-I-think.com, I will do it for $19.95. This is what I will tell you I'll do. You give me a $20 bill, and I'll give you a nickel back. That makes it all fair.
There you go. I like that idea.
Yeah.
Well, you're not just an author. You're an author because you're now published. So lots of people don't realize that. Are you starting a second book?
I'm going to be working on actually the idea of going through all my journals I've accumulated for 30, 40 years. And I actually would like to attempt to do 4 or 5. But it is true. I am already beginning on book number 2. And I'm actually going to experiment on common sense in a field that a lot of people misunderstand. And I'm going to do it on network marketing, direct sales.
Well, you know, I've known you off and on throughout the years. You've popped in on quite a few of my networking groups. So I know you know what you're talking about. Tell me a little bit more. If they wanted to come down and get a book, would you sign it?
I will be delighted to sign it. And again, we're doing it here for the purpose of my very first real good exposure. And so please come down and look at the book. I know you will be pleased, and I will be proud to sign it for you.
That's wonderful. Tom, we can't wait to see how this book turns out. I've read the book. I got to be one of the initial readers. Unfortunately, I kind of fell apart on some of the critiquing, but I didn't find much that I thought needed to be changed, so I'll be real honest. And I enjoyed the book, and I hope you'll come down here, 7413 Manal. We're having the Healing Psychic Fair and Tom's book signing today from 11 until 4. And the way you find us is we are 1 block west of Pennsylvania on Manal, on the corner of Dallas and Manal. Come on down. We'd like to see you. Thanks now. Hi, Teresa.
Hello, Michelle. How are you?
Good.
Good.
We have to learn to talk in the mic.
Okay. Hi, Michelle. How are you?
I'm doing good, Teresa.
Good.
Teresa's our astrologer down here at Resonant Essentials. She's been doing readings here for a year, 2 years. 2 years.
2 years, yeah. Something like that, yeah.
We met because she gave me the most amazing astrology reading in which she firmly convinced me she's really good. Teresa, tell us about what people are supposed to do if they've never had an astrology reading.
Okay. Well, first of all, I need information, really basic information. I need their birth date, their birth time, which is extremely important, their birthplace, and their current place that they live. So that's all I need from them, and then I do the rest of the work.
How long does a session take? Like, what would it be what would be their first session, the ideal session?
The ideal session is actually 2 hours, except for those who can't sit for 2 hours. Then I do something a little different. But basically, the first hour, I cover their birth chart, or what we call their natal chart. And that's really the foundation for their life. And so we need to be securely grounded in that, because nothing that is not really promised in the birth chart is really going to manifest in their lives, because it's not, in terms of what my belief system is, it's not really part of their fate or their destiny. They always have free will in terms of how they manage that. But for example, if you're not supposed to be a millionaire, you're probably not going to be a millionaire because it's not part of your destiny. But anyway, the first hour really is looking at that birth chart, your personality, your character, your spiritual lessons, your strengths, your challenges, the kind of people that will be involved in your life, the types of events that are going to be central in your life. And then the second hour, I cover several forecasting charts that are all derived from the birth chart. And we usually look at the coming 6 months to a year. We look at the lay of the land and how they can best utilize their time and their energies in the upcoming year so that they can derive the most benefit. And then we also look at any potential challenges or roadblocks that they might face, so they can prepare for those and, not get really upset when they happen, but kind of expect them and go, okay, here they are, and we'll wait this out, or we'll push forward, whatever the planets are recommending.
So I know for a fact that you've done some work for me that have dealt with some issues that came up in my life, and you showed it to me how it came into my chart. But I also know, don't you do some other charts like locations?
I do. There are all kinds of astrology charts that we can do. So let's say somebody is thinking of relocating from this area, and maybe they have 2 or 3 different places in mind across the United States or perhaps even in the world. We can do relocation astrology that is going to show them the energies that are going to predominate in any specific location. Because what happens is our birth chart goes with us wherever we go, but certain aspects of the chart are going to move into the foreground and other aspects are going to move into the background. So if you're looking for fame and fortune or career, I'm going to be looking at strong energies, planets that represent those energies in certain locations. But if you're looking more for love and home and family, then I'm going to be looking at other things. And of course, we all want everything, and so I try to give them the best of their options. Yeah.
So what if somebody wants to come down and make an appointment with you down here at Resonant Essentials? I know I've seen you work really hard on one person. What would they want to focus on here?
Well, basically, boy, you asked me a tough question, because you know the way I tend to work. I tend to be very flexible, and a lot of times people are coming here with certain questions in mind that they are really wanting answers for. So I try to accommodate them here for that, especially if they're in crisis. Oftentimes questions focus on relationships, or money, or career, or perhaps health, and we have a butterfly, or perhaps health. Perhaps health sometimes. So when you do come down here, I do try to give you the answers that you were looking for. However, people need to realize that it is really an in-depth study, and if they really want a deep, in-depth, detailed understanding of what's going on in their lives, then they do want to schedule something with me one-on-one. I actually prepare in advance, and we go very, very in-depth.
Well, and here's how you get a hold of Teresa. 505-480-1218.
Yes.
Any other way?
Yes, you can go to my website to see the types of astrology that I do. It's www.mycelestial.com. So mycelestialstar.com. And then they can get a really good idea of all the different things that I do.
Thanks, Teresa. We so appreciate having you here.
I appreciate being here. Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Justin Myers coming to sit down.
Such a big extrovert.
all the practitioners here are having a little bit of a hard time, because to be really good healers and psychics, you tend to live within. Justin came, and he's new to Resonant Essentials. This is his first weekend down here, so we're really glad to have him. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Justin, you were telling me some really exciting things. Being a recovering massage therapist myself, you told me that you also are trying to move your work to the next level. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I am on a new journey trying to incorporate Qigong massage. I forgot what I was going to say.
That's okay. You're doing good.
So I'm expanding my practice into Qigong massage therapy, which is a rare form of treatment only taught to myself and one other person in the United States. Nobody else knows how to do this.
Do you go overseas to train?
No, my teacher is here in the States.
So he's the one that developed it, or he's the one that is teaching it, and he went overseas to develop it?
She is the one who developed it, and she is the one that's teaching it.
That sounds marvelous. Tell us a little bit about it.
So the Qigong massage therapy is done by compressing the energy meridians in the body, squeezing the qi, squeezing muscle and bone, but it's also used by compressing the pulse points in the body also.
Wow, that sounds kind of like you have to know the body pretty darn good.
Yes, you do, and you really got to be able to tune into somebody's body and not press on the energy meridians too hard, because they can tend to be a little sensitive.
Well, how long does a session generally take?
A session generally takes around 45 minutes to an hour, but it can last anywhere from 45 minutes to up to 3 to 4 hours, just depending on...
Wow.
Yes, so I've actually worked on my teacher for 3 or 4 hours before.
Aren't you exhausted by the end of that?
You are exhausted while you're doing it, but because you're pumping so much qi through both bodies, you end up pretty wired, so you got to learn to ground yourself after that, because your energy can be really
intense.
Yes.
So how much does a session generally cost?
So a general session can cost $65 at minimum.
Okay, does it go up the longer you work on them?
Yes, so an hour and a half will go up to 90 minutes, and then just depends on how long you want to go.
So tell me this, can they set the time, or do you just ask people to follow through with the time that's what they need?
I usually check in with them and see if they're okay with going as long as we possibly can, and if they are, then we kind of set it that way. So.
Oh, okay, good.
It's not like a normal Swedish massage where it's set by the hour or by the minute.
Right.
This is kind of dependent on how their energy system is doing.
So if you were to say you saw, would it be more physical health issues or emotional health issues, or is it a combination?
I would say a combination, but more energetic, more qi. If there's a qi blockage in the system, then I may stay working on a certain part of the body for longer.
So I do know a lot about energy work, and I know that oftentimes removing those blocks, and correct me if I'm wrong, but oftentimes removing those blocks will reset the body's physical, mental, and emotional levels.
Exactly. That's exactly correct.
And how long have you been doing this?
This I've been doing for about a year. Massage therapy, Reiki master for a couple years, massage therapist going on 16 years.
So tell me a little bit about if they come in for a session, is there anything they need to do to prepare, or how long is the wait time to get in to see you?
Wait time for me right now, it just depends. It can be a week to a couple weeks. The only thing they need to prepare to do is just lay there and and relax and enjoy the treatment.
Should they set their intentions?
I don't know. Good question. Should they?
I have a feeling sometimes I think they should be a little bit open for the experience, but sometimes I think we come with specific ideas.
Yeah, I guess the intention would be to not have any expectations.
Okay, good. So they can reach you here at 505-720-0700.
Yes.
And otherwise, you guys can come down here today, right now, and he's doing $1 a minute for a sample session. So, anything else you'd like to tell them?
No, not that I can think of offhand.
I'm putting him on the spot, guys. That's just kind of how I roll. But yeah, come on down. We're at 7413 Manal Northeast, 1 block west of Pennsylvania on Manal, on the corner of Dallas and Manal. Come on down to get a session with Justin. He's not busy just yet. He's had a couple sessions already. So come down and get him while you can.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for coming down, Justin. And by the way, we're also hoping to get him to start teaching Qigong classes down here, guys. So email me if you're interested in the classes.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Donna wants to go next.
Okay, go get me Donna. On in, girlfriend. This is my pal. This is my cohort in dastardly deeds sometimes. Hello, Donna from Dominion Tarot.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing lovely. How are you this very beautiful day?
Good, I'm doing very well, thank you.
Oh, I have to go louder.
Louder, okay.
You too. You too.
Speak up, okay, we're good.
Okay, so Donna, I have a little bird that once told me, okay, it was me, that said, you are one of the nicest, kindest, generous people in the world that I've ever known.
Wow, thank you.
And very positive.
This is true, I try to be positive.
You don't even have to try. You just are. You're magnificent.
It's my gift, thank you.
So Donna is down here doing readings. She does tarot, divination rods, and
I'm a psychic medium, and I'm going to help you co-create your best life. That's my goal.
we have to talk loud.
That is loud.
Donna also does Spirit Circle with me.
Yes, it's lots of fun. We get to try all these different types of gifts and experiences, and it's just lots of fun. I want it to be fun.
So, Donna, if I were to ask you what was the most exciting thing about being a psychic, what would you tell me?
It's not about knowing things in advance. It's about being able to tell other people's energy even when they don't know what their energy is.
So, do you think it's healing?
It is healing because it helps them discover their limiting beliefs, their limiting, how they limit themselves. And so it's like spoon bending. It's so amazing that our minds are so powerful. Who would thought that we could do that?
You just had to bring up the spoon bending. Okay.
It's fun.
She taught me to do spoon bending, guys, and I haven't bent my spoon yet because every time the spoon starts to bend, I get so excited that I stop the bending.
Because you're thinking about it.
I know! I can't!
You have to get out of your own way.
I know, and she's a great coach for this kind of stuff. And what's tomorrow we're going to do?
Remote viewing.
And?
Seance.
So we're going to be doing this down here. Donna, I know that you also read down south in Berlin, so people don't have to drive all the way to Albuquerque. Where are you reading that?
At Mountain Goddess Apocrypha on Main Street in Berlin. You can't miss it.
And what days are you there?
Thursdays and every other Saturday.
So here she is coming live to you. She's also live here now doing readings. What would you like to tell people to get their cute little butts down here to hang out with us?
We're bored. Come on down. With plenty of room, no appointments needed. Walk-ins are always welcome.
And if they want to contact you on a regular basis,
call me at 505-688-1883.
So for those on Facebook Live, 505-688-1883. Thanks, girlfriend.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We hope, Donna and I hope to see you tomorrow It's a $5 donation to come and attend, and our goal is to open you guys up to your spirit's gifts that you have and expose you to as much opportunity as you can possibly handle in a 1 hour or 2 hour time. And the time for us to do?
1 to 3.
See you then. Be there, be square, because we're around. All around, and we get around, us little psychic girls.
All right. Bye, Narrow Nuts.
Thanks. Go send me someone else.
All right.
Hi, Maria. This
Hi.
is Reverend Mario O'Malley, and we are doing Facebook Live as well as recording.
Great.
So you have to talk up really loud to get on Facebook Live.
Okay, hi everybody on Facebook Live.
So, Maria, I heard that you were having classes tomorrow.
Yes, I am. I'm having an intuitive card reading class without the book.
You mean there's books that come with those things?
Well, almost all cards, whether they're tarot decks or oracle decks, have guidebooks with them. And a lot of times people are excited to read cards for themselves or, friends or whatever. And then they feel that they need to really memorize the guidebook, or they have to look at the guidebook for every card. But I teach a way to read any type of card deck, whether it's an oracle deck or a tarot deck, without the guidebook.
That's brilliant, because I have to admit, watching somebody pull their book out to read for me makes me question their intuition.
Yes, and too, if you're just reading for yourself, it has a lot more depth if you're using your own intuition. Because when something means something to me, it doesn't necessarily mean the same thing as the author, the artist of the card, intended.
Oh, well, that's true. So there's also some other stuff that you do outside of Resonant Essentials. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I have an intuitive development circle. It's called Divine Connections Intuitive Development Circle. And we meet first and third Thursdays of the month at 6 o'clock in the conference room. It's at Indian School and Moon. And we do different things. We learn different techniques of using our intuition, our psychic abilities, different ways that we can use intuition and practice. So it's a learning and practicing kind of thing. It's not about being right or performing or anything like that, and we have a great time.
Well, let me tell you, she also has some other stuff. If you care to get married, she's a reverend, and she can also do your ceremony. Is that right?
That's right. I've done over 500 wedding ceremonies, and I love to do short notice weddings. Sometimes people are afraid to ask because so many people do plan way ahead of time, but I don't mind that at all. I enjoy doing short notice weddings as much as those that are planned well in advance. And I have 2 different types of weddings. I have a simple wedding that is oftentimes for people who are just having a small wedding or short notice or something, and it's economical. It fits in most people's budgets. And then if it's more elaborate, more classical or traditional, I have a classic wedding where I meet with the couple and more often and maybe create a custom ceremony and go to rehearsals and things like that.
That's really neat, because that's such a good, a lot of us don't all belong to churches, so having someone like you handy is a godsend.
Yes, and I do want to say too, I do spiritual ceremonies, but some people want a civil type ceremony, and I do those as well.
Wonderful. So there's also the fact that Maria is a published author as well.
Yes, I have a book, and it's called You Are Simply Divine, Simple Spiritual Practices for Divine Connectivity.
Maria is amazing, and she's been reading here at Resonant Essentials for at least 1.5 years, 2 years, 3, longer? Has it been? I don't even remember.
When did you open?
In September of 2016.
Okay. When did you start the fairs, the psychic fairs?
September of 2016.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's been about 2 years that I've been reading here.
Maria is a godsend. She is absolutely divine. Get that divine in. And you can come down here and get a reading from her today for $1 a minute. Again, we're at 7413 Manal Northeast, 1 block west of of Pennsylvania on Manal. Is there a contact information you'd like to give them?
Yes. You can call me at 505-318-2128. And I'm online at mariaomalley.com, and that's MARYAOMALLEY.com. I'm on Facebook also, Maria O'Malley, at Services for the Soul. And you can find me on Twitter at You Are Simply Divine.
Boy, she's on Twitter. I have a Twitter account, and I haven't even been able to do that one.
I'm working on it. I'm almost at 5,000 followers right now.
Congratulations. Yay, you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in, Maria. If you will send in my next victim.
I will do that.
So our next guest is Janet De Jesus. Janet came to me. It's been a couple of years as well. Janet came in and started taking my classes, and she's just been a delight. But let me tell you, Janet's not your typical healer. Janet is a priestess of the Yamaya, and I'm going to ask her to tell you a little bit more about that.
I've been a priestess, Yamaya, going on 20 years now, and I have been I'm an initiate of the Santeria, which I didn't have to shave my head. I didn't have to wear white for a whole year, and I did all the ceremonies that's involved with it. And being a priestess of Yamaya has helped me with a lot of the healings and energy work that I do with the people. So I combine the vibration of the orishas with the nature and all the elements to help me with my energy work. There's a confirmation.
Did you see that white just drop in on us?
It came out of nowhere.
Janet did some work here one day to show me what her work was like when she does a clearing. And we had some real exciting times because the pigeon that she used flew away right down into the parking lot and didn't leave for 3 days.
That's right.
Why did that happen?
We cleared out all the energy, all the negative energy within the business, and I told her, don't touch the pigeon.
She said he was trying to come back in.
Exactly. He wanted to come back in, but we told him, you already had your chance. And you said no.
So Janet has started doing energy work after taking my healing class and realized that she had been really already doing this stuff. And so now she's offering energy work. Tell us about your work.
The energy work that I do, I work with the with the energy of each individual person. And with the energy, what I do is the only place I touch is just the bottom of the feet, and that's where I feel the pulsation, the pulses of the different people. And from there, it just shows me all the spots. I can foresee all the different spots in the body and all the skeletons to show me where the location is to work with the bodies.
So what I guess she's trying to say is she sounds like she's a little nervous because she keeps looking at me and not at y'all. But
I don't know where I'm supposed to look.
You're supposed to share with our audience. Okay. Janet has been doing, the Priestess of the Yama has been working in that realm for 20 years, like she said. But she starts at the feet and she gets clear guidance from her spirit teachers as to where they want her to go by them showing her where some blocks may be in you. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yes, that is correct.
It's a good thing I know her, huh?
Yes, it is.
So the other aspect of this is that, Janet, tell us a little bit. I know you do house clearings for people, but what else do you do besides the energy work and house clearings?
I do divination readings with cowrie shells, and I also do cleansings of where people come in, and if they need something to clear away, like Olympia, I do that also. And I do, there's many things that I do.
So if they wanted to know exactly how they could work with you and better be served by you, how do they contact you?
They can contact me by my phone number right here, which is 505-377-7930. You can contact me by phone, or you can contact me on Facebook under Janet De Jesus.
And don't you have an email address?
I do have an email address, and the email address is Janet Iya. It's JanetIya @gmail.com, and you can contact me through there also.
We're working on getting Janet to get a website so that she can display her menu of the many talented things that she does. So is there anything else you'd like to say? I know I put her on the spot because I can. I will tell you that Janet traveled to Ireland and was doing some ancestral healing work. So if you need her to work with the energies that may be causing drama through the families, it could be an issue with the family dynamics, Janet can also do that work. So if you get a chance, stop in at Resonant Essentials 7413 Manal Northeast. She's here today from 11 to 4. Come down, get a session with her, talk to her about some of her other work. Is that okay?
And that's perfectly fine.
Thanks. She's going to go get Brother Francis for me, and we will talk with you soon. Bye, Janet.
Bye.
She laughs a lot. Okay, go get me Brother Francis. This woman is very special. She's very hesitant too, but she's my gal. This is Teena Nash, and Teena and I are teaming up, and we're going to make Resonant Essentials a big old blast, aren't we?
We are. It's going to be very exciting.
Teena is going to bring in some merchandise, and I'm going to talk to her a little bit about it so she can tell you what she's bringing in. Tell us about your merchandising.
Yes, so we're going to be having CBD products, tinctures, edibles, flour. Also, we're going to be having holistic items such as sage and incense, pendulums, crystals, things of that nature.
She's also willing to put in books on consignment and things on consignment. So if you have some stuff, she's willing to work with you to get you started and develop everything good. Now, the edibles are CBD only, right?
Correct. There is no THC involved in the products.
So there you go. And about CBD, I have to tell you, a friend of mine was taking CBD, and she's had some amazing healing work. Tell us more about CBD.
CBD, from what I'm understanding and learning, it's very exciting. It's assisting people with anxiety, with depression, with pain. It's
inflammation too?
Yes, inflammation as well. So there's a lot of healing characteristics to CBD products.
Teena was very dissatisfied with her job, and I said, "Oh, come hither, my friend. Come join me." Because Teena is a remarkable woman who will keep me on track. So I want you guys, every time you see Teena in town, go, "Hi, Michelle said to say hi. We've got our eyes on you."
Yes, and please do. Please do. I'm excited to be involved with Michelle and her endeavors. She's an amazing person, and she does very good work, and she's very popular in the community, and she's reaching out, and we're going to expand and make Resident Essentials even bigger and better.
What we're trying to accomplish here is with Resonant Essentials, we want to provide you, the practitioner, a platform for your work and so that you can help spread your truth. What else do we have that we want to do? Do we want more practitioners to come down and teach on a regular basis?
Absolutely. And instructors who just need a space to give their speeches or to need some quiet space to be able to do some work. We're going to have rooms available for rentals to come in for anybody. It's not just for people in the spiritualistic community.
Yes, and if you have information and classes that you'd like to give, we're happy to help support that. We're changing our marketing plan, aren't we?
Yes, we are. We are.
Teena and I are both Teena is a godsend to me because she has the technology know-how that I just lack.
And together we're going to be an awesome team.
We are. Either that or we're going bankrupt.
Right. So please come down and support us. It's going to be amazing to be involved with.
Thank you, Teena. Now if you'll go get Brother Francis, we're waiting for him. He's coming right now. Brother Francis is coming.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Girl. Mwah.
Thank you.
I love her to death. And her husband, oh my gosh, he's such a hoot. But we don't really count him as much because he made her get lost when they were out at the lake. It's all his fault. It's always Jason's fault. Anything that we do wrong now becomes Jason's fault. Since I don't have my own Jason, it's Jason's fault. So that's what we're going by, and we're going to be happy to share that. Thanks, guys. I hope you're really enjoying this. Not only are we learning how to do live interviews, because that's one of the things that we're going to be offering the people that rent through Resonant Essentials. We're going to put you live with an interview on Facebook that we can use to promote your event. So this is as much practice for me as anyone else. And here's one of those people who teach and has taught at Resonant Essentials. My guy pal, my brother, Brother Francis.
Yay! Hello, everybody. The wind caught that.
I think that was your grandmother with the rolling pin.
Yes.
All right, we're live, but we're going to miss you.
We're punting here. Brother Francis, I've got a list of information because he does so much. Not only does he teach, but he also goes on live on Facebook on what days?
Usually on Thursday. What happens every Thursday, I have a show that I've been doing for 4 years, or actually longer, called Decree and It Shall Be. And what happens is I'm simulcasting. I'm on Blog Talk Radio at the same time, so my Facebook audience can see me live streaming while I'm doing the radio show.
See, now that's what I mean by techie guy. Let me give you Brother Francis's list of amazing gifts, because I want him to give you a little bit of his background. He does spiritual consultations, spiritual mentoring. He does handwriting analysis, also tarot readings, dream analysis, and he balances your auric field. He does teleseminars, weekly Decree and It Shall Be Done podcast, which we just mentioned, numerology charts, and also in-depth
on your name or your date of birth.
Also, your name and date of birth.
That's right. Numerology charts. Also do 1 year forecasts.
And he also does, today, he's doing Angel of Grace readings, Celestial I Am portraits. So I don't want you to forget that that's what he's doing today to come down here. He's also got 3 books on Amazon, The Wisdom of Akhenaten as I Am, The Gift, The Wisdom of Nefertiti as I Am, and Dancing in the Light of Divine Grace, which was his first book and tells the story about how he became a amazing psychic, intuitive, healing, amazing guy. So I'm going to let him tell us a little bit about that first book.
Yeah, well, the first book talks about how I did not realize that my own mother was going to be my spiritual teacher. So at age 8, I had I thought a dream. And I burst into the bedroom one Sunday morning to tell her, Mom, I have this dream. And so I tell her about it. She said, no, Francis, that's not a dream, that's a vision. So I said, well, what's a vision? She said, you're going to actually experience it. So when I became about 18 years of age, went to the college where the dream or vision took place, and everything else happened after that point. Of course, after coming out of college, about 4 or 5 years later, she was the one that told me that this is my gift, this is what I'm going to do. But she told me as a younger person, just enjoy my life, don't chase it. Let it come on its own. So it began to come on its own, and that's what the first book is about, some of my life's experiences. Like she once told me I was going to live in a boarding house, and the house would catch fire, and I would be the only one that would have all their items saved. That happened. She also told me 2 years before she transitioned that I lived on Long Island all those years. She said, Long Island's not your home. And I said, well, where's my home? She says, out southwest. And we were watching a cartoon, and it was the one where Bugs Bunny pops up and says, I think I'll go visit my brother Irving in Albuquerque. So I'm looking at her, she's looking at me, she said, that's your home. You're going to go there and live there. You'll have your difficulties, but that's your true home. You're not meant to live on the East Coast at all. Don't try it. Don't go to the West Coast either. Stay where you're at.
Let me tell you one of the things that I have to share with you about Brother Francis. His gift is helping you manifest and recognize your gifts. When you get a reading from him, it's not just like, is your spouse cheating? Because he, like me, thinks the same thing. If you have to ask, you already know the truth. But his gift is he will help you recognize your gifts and your path. And can you talk a little bit about how that happens for you?
Yes, usually when that kind of comes to me, I'm always listening. So I'm listening to spirit, I'm listening to other people's spirits. The only difference is my spirits have providence. They're going to keep talking, they're going to keep sharing, and eventually as it comes through, I just tell you the most significant thing you need to know about. So when a person comes to me, they might say, well, I want to open up a hot dog stand, and I say from my ancestors or the angel of grace, like my mother will talk, her grandmother, her mother, my grandma Charlotte, they will say, no, it's not a hot dog stand. This person is supposed to write a book. And they go like, I don't like writing. I said, well, don't rush it. But you're going to have a moment that will come up in a couple of weeks, in a couple of years, and you're going to have a need to write. Don't write the book, just write down your experiences. And most people follow it, and then they tell me later, well, I got my first book out based on what you told me. I said, it's not about me, it's about you.
I have to say he did that for me because he told me, you're going to be writing books. Well, I've written the classes, and then creating the workbook from that, and a book will be forthcoming from there in its time, like he said. Mm-hmm. So the other thing that I notice is he does Night of Remembrance. We're trying to get him to do one here so that you can experience his Night of Remembrance here at Resonant Essentials. I'm putting him on the spot when he's ready. If you're interested in coming down to experience his Night of Remembrance, give me a call, text me, send a message through Resonant Essentials, because that too is where you'll learn a lot of what your potentialities are. How would you feel about doing that?
Well, okay. Many people that know me over the years, I've been in Albuquerque 8 years, so I've always done them at my wonderful sister's home, but I'm beginning to open up and expand more. It's an evening of remembrance. It is what I help you do is remember. And that's when you hear me pull the information from Akhenaten, Nefertiti, Sananda, Moses, whoever wants to come and talk. And of course, my mother, Grace, is always present, and my grandma, Charlotte. They do a lot of information. But it's what happens is people come into a group meditation. The night may last 2 or 3 hours, so be prepared.
Bring snacks and a drink.
Bring snacks and a drinks, and it's cool because you can come. The meditation that I give everybody takes about 20 minutes. The work is after the meditation. And so I'm picking up information about everybody, and we weave it in. I don't go in any specific order. That's the thing that you need to know. So I don't go like right to left like that. It's pulling and weaving and information coming in different ways. But you'll really get a lot of information out of it.
We really want him to come down and give you guys that opportunity. I'm going to talk to him about doing it and booking it here soon, because I would love to have my daughter come and experience Brother Francis. I have a wicked method to my madness. My daughter is a beautiful spirit, but doesn't have the opportunity to live in a metaphysics community such as Albuquerque. The other thing that Brother Francis is gifted in is he talks to my dog Rosie.
Yes. Well, what's been happening is I never thought I had the ability to connect with animals. This has only happened since being here. My sister Vidal has 2 rescue dogs. The first one is a female, Sakara, and we got her when she was a pup. And then there's the boy dog, Gaston. And in the past 3 or 4 years, I could send them a message. They get it. I could be out of her house a whole month. They know when I'm coming, and they go bananas. Sakara jumps like 4 feet in the air. Gaston, he just wants to climb up me and lick me, But I realize I could hear them. Now, I don't know if I could hear them with everybody else's, but if I'm looking at the dog for a long period of time, just constantly, then I know I have a connection with the dog. And when I say, Rosie, what do you want? And then she starts to tell on Michelle.
She tells on me. She's like, Mom is doing this.
Yeah, she does that. And she puts the collar around. I don't want her to put the collar around me. And I said, calm down. Everything will be fine. And then she'll just literally sit on my feet. So it's a gift that I'm developing. I don't have it down pat yet, but I can hear them. I know I can hear them.
He's amazing and talented. So he does individual readings, like we said, spiritual consultations, and the way to reach him is by calling 505-220-2583 or 349-4722. And you can catch him live on Facebook often, so send him a friend request and get on his live.
Yes.
And what other ways can we reach you?
Well, I have email addresses, IAM dot circle of grace with the number 1 at the end at gmail.com or IAM dot circle of grace 1 at yahoo.com. I'm checking the emails all the time. I'm a nighthawk, so, but don't call too late.
Come in down. He's here. He's going to be here at this psychic fair, and you're doing a couple next month?
Yeah, I'm going to do a couple of more. I'm doing one. We're doing, of course, one in July here. And then in August the 11th, that's an honor to my mother because that's her birthday. So I'm around town. I'm here.
He's going to be here, but he's going to be here till 4 o'clock today. If you want to get a reading or what is the...
You're doing Angel of Grace readings. Those are $20 for 20 minutes or $1 a minute. Celestial IM portraits are a little different. They're done in colored pencils. They take about 30 to 45 minutes to do, and that's $30. Outside of here, they're $50.
So thank you, Brother Francis, for coming in and telling us all about everything. And we hope you'll come down. We're going to be signing off now because he was our last guest. So thank you, all of you, for being here with us. And thank you, Bob, for setting this all up and doing a great job. And thank you, my dear brother.
Thank you.
We make a good team down here with everyone down here. We're all happy to see you come down, get a reading, get a healing. We're all here till 4. Thanks, guys.